I pulled up the spreadsheet.
Of course you did. Spread Keisha, welcome back.
The actual amount required to live in Mexico is a number people consistently miss, getting it wrong in both directions.
But tonight, we put all 4 tiers on the table, all right? With receipts. But real quick, first time meeting us, friend? I'm CC, PHR certified, 10 plus years as a Fortune 500 corporate recruiter. I was the gatekeeper. Now, I work for you.
And I'm Tristen. Relocation, residency, and what it actually costs, that's my lane. Oh, and spreadsheet operator.
Now let's get into it, friend. Okay, 3 things in the next 12 minutes.
1, the number Mexico's government legally requires, the floor.
2, the 4 tiers of actual life in Puerto Vallarta. Survive, comfortable, thriving, and luxury. Real numbers, real receipts.
3, what each tier actually buys you, because the number is meaningless until you know what you can actually purchase with it.
Stay with us, friend. The wrong question can cost you years and a lot of unnecessary wasted time.
First, the government's number, the legal floor to live here.
There are 3 distinct legal ways to stay in Mexico. Tourist status, then you have temporary residency, and then lastly you have permanent residency.
Big dog status.
Hey now.
Let's start with the tourist visa. 180 days, 0 income requirements. You show up at the airport with a passport, they stamp it, you're in.
That's what we like to call the trial run, okay? The scouting trip everybody should take before they commit to Mexico.
Moving on to tier 2, temporary residency. It's good for up to 4 years. $4,400 a month in verifiable income for the last 6 months. Or about $74,000 in savings or investments held for the last 12 consecutive months. It's a either or, not a both.
And yes, that income number does include Social Security. It also includes pension, W-2 salary, 1099 self-employment, and business revenue. If it shows on a bank statement, it typically counts.
And finally, tier 3, permanent residency, lifetime status.
Woo.
Yeah, you got it when you got this. $7,400 a month or $295,000 in assets. Same rule, either or. Not both.
Now, friend, here's what nobody's telling you. Those numbers are not the cost of living. Those are the proof of income numbers Mexico uses to say, we're satisfied that you won't be a burden.
The cost of actually living here is a separate conversation. That takes us into the cost breakdown.
And this is the breakdown that most YouTube videos omit. Here's what I mean. Most cost of living in Mexico videos gives you one number, okay? One tier. The number that fits their life.
And when people relocate, they're surprised when their real number isn't aligned with what they saw on YouTube. That's what the geo arbitrage calculator is for.
So let's break down the 4 distinct levels.
4 tiers, all for Puerto Vallarta, all 2026 numbers, all for a couple. But if you're single, divide the numbers by 1.6. Tier 1, survive.
Okay, friend, this is a rent a small place in a local neighborhood. Lower Cinco de Diciembre, Palmar de Amara, $600 for a 1-bedroom. Boom, done.
We're talking fans instead of AC.
Oh yeah.
Bus instead of Uber, and every single meal is going to be cooked at home from groceries you bought from the local market. Now, it's only going to cost you a couple of $100 a month for the grocery.
IMSS, Mexican Public Health Insurance, about $60 a month per person.
And fam, Spanish is not optional at this tier. You will be using it every day.
Friend, the Survive tier is your ticket out of America. That's it. That's what it buys.
Tier 2, comfortable.
Now we're in a modernized 1-bedroom in Versailles or Middle Fluvial. $800 to about $1,000 a month.
Air conditioned when you need it. Eat out 2 to 3 times a week. Comida, $6 to $8 a person. Tacos, $2 a piece.
Uber for errands, bus for routine, private health insurance, basic plan. Around $200 a month for a couple.
At this tier, you go home with money left over every month.
Comfortable tier buys you peace of mind, friend.
Tier 3, thriving. This is where a lot of our clients land at.
Okay, so now we're talking modern 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo, rooftop pool, gym in the building, 24-hour security, $1,500 to $1,800 a month in a nice neighborhood with an ocean view.
AC runs when you want it. Dine out 5 or 6 nights a week. That even includes ocean view dinners with cocktails on a malecon.
Weekly housekeeper, friend, $35 a week, $140 a month. Get your time back without breaking the bank.
Groceries, about 100 a week for the two of us when we cook at home. La Comer, Sam's Club, the local Mercados, all got us taken care of.
Private health insurance. Good coverage too. 250 to 300 per couple. Not bad.
Uber where you want to. You're only gonna spend around $5 per ride, give or take.
Tuesday morning Zoom calls at the rooftop pool, friend. That's this tier.
This is the thriving tier. This is the tier where most of our clientele reside. And our last tier, tier 4, luxury, aka bougie.
Look here, friend. We're talking about a penthouse in Conchachinas or a beachfront condo in Marina Vallarta. $3,000 to $5,000 a month in rent alone.
We're talking multiple staff, housekeeper, maybe a private chef, sometimes even a driver. And you're gonna have top tier hospital plans like access to CMQ or San Javier as your default.
Friend, yacht days, tasting menus, an elevated lifestyle.
This tier, it exists here, fam, and people are actually living it.
Luxury tier buys you whatever your little heart desires.
If you see it, want it, buy it, own it.
Now hold those 4 numbers in your head, friend, because here comes the part that does the math for you. Let us put the US comparison next to it.
US median rent for a 1-bedroom in a major metro is around $1,500 to $2,000 a month. That is rent only.
That number is our survive tier here in Puerto Vallarta. I mean, all in, with food, with health insurance, with transportation.
US healthcare for a self-employed couple, $1,200 a month on the private market without subsidies. Don't ask us how we know.
Oh, Lord have mercy. $1,200 a month for healthcare alone in the US. We were literally paying a house note for our health insurance. That's 4 months of our private insurance here. Child, 4.
The bottom line, the 4 tiers in Mexico don't have US equivalents. Survive in Mexico beats comfortable in the US. Thriving in Mexico beats luxury in most US cities.
Same dollar, different country. The gap is where you truly see the savings and understand the value of this move, friend.
That's not a hack, fam. That is geo arbitrage doing exactly what it does.
But hold on now, y'all. There's a catch.
And we don't dodge it. Mexico's government wants $4,400 a month proof of income for temporary residency. That's the floor.
So if your current paycheck doesn't clear $4,400 a month, friend, that's not a Mexico problem.
That is an income problem. But income problems have solutions.
The wall has a door, and the door is a work from anywhere job. US dollars, US W-2, living wherever you want, friend. But that's Tuesday's video. Just know the door is real, and I can help you step through it. Friend, the number you actually need isn't a guess, it's a tier choice.
We put every line item from all 4 tiers, neighborhood breakdowns, real grocery receipts, the cell phone bill, the gym bill, the housekeeper rate, the dentist visit, all of it in a document called the Green Book.
It's our cost of living reference, friend. $67. Pays for itself the first time you don't get overcharged on a deposit, or what we like to call gringo taxed.
Comment Green Book below if you want the link.
And friend, drop your target tier below in the comments. Are you aiming for survive, comfortable, thriving, or luxury tier? We're building the next video around the tier most of you are aiming for.
The wrong question is, how much do I need to live in Mexico?
But the right question, friend, what kind of life do I want? And what does that life cost to fund? Survive money buys you out of America.
Comfortable money buys you peace.
Thriving money, that's what we help our clients get with the Remote Insider. This tier buys you a Tuesday morning Zoom call at a rooftop pool.
Luxury money buys you whatever your heart desires. Ballin'!
So pick your tier, friend.
Then fund it. Earn US dollars, live in Mexico.
Keep the gap. Reside where you thrive.
See you next Thursday.